Yeah, we have another comment. It says, do you guys think the comments by Timothy about Ballet and Jessie Buckley? Wait, hold on. Okay, so there's two questions essentially. Do you think Timothy
Mm.
Chalamet's comments are going to cost him today? And then the other question is around, do we think Jessie Buckley's comments on cats has damaged their chances?
This is a
It's a good
gloriously
question.
online question. It's a gloriously online question. Well done. I can answer that question very clearly for you. No and no. Timothée Chalamet's comments were made like about a week ago in one of those sit downs he did with Matthew McConaughey. And then it blew up over last weekend from like Friday night to Saturday. The Academy voting had ended by that Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think Timothy is the front runner anymore, but if he loses though, I don't think it's going to be because of the comments. I think it's because he was already just losing anyway, because
Mm.
the momentum had already started to shift in the last few weeks towards Michael B. Jordan anyway. Now, the sentiment in Hollywood has moved away from him. Sorry, just interrupt for a second. D, do you see Kevin O'Leary on the red carpet on the screen? Do you see what
No,
he's
I
wearing?
can't see it. I
That's
think
your
there's a no.
fave.
Oh yeah, he's there. There we go. Okay, what's he see? What's he wearing?
That's your. Are you not seeing his fit?
Yeah, I don't know even know how to describe this. Like, what the hell is it?
I'm shocked they let him onto the red carpet, but rich white man. But anyway, so yeah,
Is he
back to
white though? Because I think he's
Timothy.
Arab,
Sorry,
Yeah, I
O'Leary.
think yeah, he's Arab. I think he's Lebanese. Well, Levantine.
Interesting,
He's from the Levant. Yeah.
interesting. Well, it's an interesting fan. This is Hudson Williams from Heated Rivalry here. Interesting stuff.
Ah,
Anyway,
okay.
but back
Very
to
boring
Timothy
fit.
Chalamet. Ooh, don't let his fans hear you. So Timothy, if he was going to lose, he would have already lost. So the Hollywood position on him, like people have soured on him. They felt he's too egotistical, blah blah blah, right? But in terms of the specific voting process for the Academy, no, it wouldn't have affected him. Then as for Jessie Buckley, the cat thing is just like such a non-controversy. Like it's a
Mm-hmm.
little silly internet thing, but she's so far ahead the front runner. That's not what's going to affect her.
Yeah.
I think you guys need to go back to 2025 and remember what real Oscar scandals were like. Remember the Emilia Perez level of mess. Now that was a real scandal right there.
Yeah.
And the Adrian Brody AI Hungarian brutalist. That was real scandal and real mess. Those
I
were real
hate that
stuff that
movie.
could
Do you
actually
like it? I
seriously.
can't stand that movie.
I do like that film a lot. Those are the kind that was a real like campaign affecting experience. We don't really have that this award season. Like even with stuff like Hamnet, where there was a big dispute on whether the film is emotionally manipulative or not, I don't think the discourse around it or any scandals around it really affected its chance one way or the other. This year was always going to be kind of about sinners and one battle after another. So for the next question, this person said, "Do you think this stuff were blown up, dug up in part by opposing PR teams trying to do an Amelia Perez?" I'm going to sound hella conspiratorial, but yes, I do. And the reason I think so for Marty Supreme is because of the way the Safdie brothers story blew up out of
Yeah, that
nowhere.
was very
What
fishy.
do you think, D?
Yeah, I think it was fishy. I think with the
And
Timothy
considering
Chalamet
Warner
stuff,
Brothers is in charge of the two big other films, and they've been really on job this campaign season, I was like, yeah, it sounds like people trying to make sure there's no competition for Warner Brothers this year. But maybe I'm being a conspiracy theorist. Go on, D.
but do you think the other Safdie brother was the one who instigated it though? Because that was the allegation,
I think that I think there might be some mess in there, but I
no?
don't know if he would be that messy.
But you know how competition works with siblings sometimes. Like sometimes it can be that deep, unfortunately. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I just think I find it so hard to even care because I just don't. I never even saw Timothy Chalamet's performance as a front runner. Like for me, it's just so hard to put my mind in that frame of mind.
You're
Like
such a hater. You've always been a Timmy hater.
no, no. I just think he's
Y'all just don't
overrated.
get Timothy like I do.
I think he's overrated. Like
He's
I'm
ex-
convinced he won't win today, and
he's
I'm so happy
exactly
when
who
he
he
won't
says
win.
he is.
Like I can't wait for him to
I
crash
also don't
out.
think he's gonna. I also think he's not going to win, but I don't think he's going to crash out. He's lost 3 times before and he's never crashed out. So where does this idea that he doesn't know how to handle a loss actually come from? Like, he's playing an egotistical character and he's been in character during promo, but that's not actually historically how he's conducted himself in all his other awards campaigns. Also, Timothy was 28 when he filmed Marty Supreme and he's 30. It's actually very unusual for the Academy to give Best Leading Actor to an actor this young. I know it sounds like I'm just defending him, but it actually is. Like, Leo didn't get his Oscar until I think he was well into his 40s and he needed to beg and scrap for that. Historically, they like to give Best Actor to an older man and young and Best Actress to a young ingenue, and that has some. I associate that with some like. There's implications there. Yeah, exactly. Okay, we have one more question, and then I think the actual ceremony has begun. So
Fantastic.
we're just going to answer this one question, then we'll get into that. It says, "What do you guys have to say about Hudson Williams' Heated Rivalry?" I've tried to convince Dee to watch Heated Rivalry. She's not going to watch it with me.
No, you can tell us what's going on with that. I actually don't know the context.
It's the stand culture around it is really wild. So Heated Rivalry is about 2 hockey players who are rivals professionally, but personally they're actually hooking up. And it's a Canadian show. It really blew up when it came out. The fans of the 2 leading actors are very intense. I suspect it's because a lot of the fandom that makes up the show are people that come from the world of K-pop, people that come from the world of One Direction, and they've been crazy. So several times the actors, the showrunner, people associated with the show have had to ask people to calm down, to tone it down, that they're doing too much. Right. And then there may or may not be some things going on between the cast members. People are allegedly dating each other. People are allegedly leaving their long-term partners for each other. And then there was also a lot of conversation about who in the cast is out as queer and who isn't. So that has also fueled a lot of the discourse around it. But in my opinion, it's all just a bit too intense for a show that is like Gossip Girl-esque at best, in my opinion. Like, I ultimately was entertained by it, but it's not a serious show for this level of drama. Anyway, with that note, Conan O'Brien has begun his opening sequence of the Oscars. So I'm going to switch over to making sure I can listen to that a bit. But yeah, if you guys are Leo had to be mauled by a bear to get that win. Exactly. Timothy dealing with some bad press around Ballet is light work compared to what he's going to really need to do to get that Oscar.
But what I find interesting is no shade.
Let himself get eaten by a shark.
Like, as cinephiles, we will understand that it's actually cinema that's dying, not ballet. Clock it.
But I think there is, again, I know I'm biased because I'm a Timothy defender, but I think there is like a willful misunderstanding of what he's saying in the conversation that's happening around it. He wasn't saying that cinema isn't dying. That was actually the point he was making. He was saying that he understands that increasingly post-COVID, like, cinemas have not recovered, and he's increasingly worried, as a person whose mother and sister are actively in the ballet and they've experienced it, that cinema is going to go the way of opera and ballet, where it increasingly becomes a thing that only like a certain kind of cultured elite participate in, and it stops being mass mainstream.
Yeah, but the problem was how he worded it.
That
he said
was
that
actually the point he was making. Oh no, of course.
Right? So of course people in ballet are going to be pissed about that. The language
he used wasn't smart PR.
Yeah.
No. Of course it wasn't smart PR language. Of course he was still being cocky with how he was talking, etc., etc. I get it, but like, I also kind of struggle with, there's so much conversation. People keep saying they want their celebrities to be more authentic. They want everybody to feel less like they're so scared of the internet and backlash or PR train. But the moment someone says something that is like even lightly a bit off color, there's like a meltdown for 10 days. So I'm like, what exactly do you guys want? I don't know. I am biased, but I just feel like the drama around his remarks has been a bit bizarre, in my opinion. I'm like, yeah, he's a silly, egotistical kid, but the substance of what he's saying wasn't actually incorrect. And in a year that Brad Pitt and a lot of more problematic people are nominated, and Sean Penn, I'm just like, this is the biggest Oscar scandal of the year, really?
Have you seen
Anyway,
him today?
on
By
that
the way,
note, let's switch
watching
over to the ceremony.
Yeah, I'm watching the ceremony. His hair's very interesting today.
Oh, has he showed? I think he didn't walk the red carpet because I didn't see him on the red carpet. But yeah, let's go. Let me go watch.